We're going to try this again with KFI's Corbin Carson, who has been in that courtroom for the most of the Rebecca Grossman trial. The jury, did they get the case today? Because closing arguments happened. Where did the prosecution and defense leave things?
So prosecutors had the closing arguments this morning, and defense had closing arguments this afternoon. We're expecting that prosecution rebuttal will be called in tomorrow morning, and hopefully the jury will have that case after that. Today was all about implied malice. Is it going to be a vehicular manslaughter charge or murder charge? Did prosecutors prove that Rebecca Grossman had the intent or the implied malice to know that speeding, allegedly, 81 miles per hour through that 45-mile-per-hour zone, that was inherently dangerous? That's the litmus test of whether or not they proved murder. Beyond that, it would be manslaughter. They also have to prove whether or not she intentionally hit knew that this was going to happen. And then, listen, the defense has said everything. Where is Scott Erickson? Where is this other car that went through the intersection first? They say that Scott Erickson is the person whose car hit the car first, and then the bodies bounced off of Rebecca's car. And that's going to be for the jury to decide if they even reach a conviction or a verdict at all.
Does the defense explain why they didn't call Scott Erickson to the stand?
They didn't, but listen, it's in the defense's best interest to ask where is Scott Erickson, but it might not be in their best interest to actually put him on the stand, so then prosecutors can ask him questions that would poke holes in the defense's theory. Conversely, it's also not necessarily in the prosecution's best interest to have him on. That would further confuse things for the jury to figure out who is responsible, according to prosecutors.
Well, if convicted, she faces 34 years to life in state prison. We, of course, will be following this. Corbin Carson, we appreciate you from KFI. You want to follow his reporting along, you can find him on X at Corbin Carson. Thank you, Corbin.
Thank you so much.